James Hockey, 174th Attack Wing Public Affairs Officer and Master of Ceremony for today's change of command. Welcome to Hancock Field. Throughout the ceremony, our guests will be given cues to rise and be seated at the appropriate times. During the national anthem, our civilian guests should remove their hats and place their right hand over their heart. We request all electronic devices be turned off for the duration of the ceremony. Before we begin, we would like to extend a warm welcome to our distinguished guests. Please hold your applause until all our DVs have been introduced. Mrs. Ann Smith and their daughter, Nicole. Mrs. Kelly McCrink and their children, Will, Airman First Class Dylan McCrink, Cy, and Addie. Major General Timothy Labarge, Assistant Adjutant General, Brigadier General John Andoni, Director of Joint Staff, and Chief Master Sergeant Maureen Dooley, New York Air National Guard, Command Chief. Welcome. We would also like to welcome Colonel Charles Hudson, Vice Commander, 174th Attack Wing, as well as our group commanders, Colonel Catherine Hudson, representing all the members of the Maintenance Group, Colonel Michael Adamitis, representing the membership of the Mission Support Group, Colonel James Muscatello, representing the membership of the 152nd Air Operations Group, Lieutenant Colonel Thomas Burke, representing the membership of the Operations Group, and Lieutenant Colonel Roxellen Aleto, representing the membership of the Medical Group. Finally, we also welcome the group superintendents who are present and all who are virtually watching. The change of command ceremony is rooted in military history, dating back to the 18th century during the reign of King Frederick the Great of Prussia. During this time, organizational flags were developed with color arrangements and symbols unique to each particular military unit. When a change of command took place, the outgoing commander would pass the flag to the individual assuming command. This gesture was accomplished in front of the entire unit so that all could see and witness the new commander assuming his position. He who controlled the flag also controlled the soldiers and their allegiance. The symbolic tradition of passing the guidon has survived through military history and remains the key event of this military ceremony. We will get started momentarily. Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, the airmen of Hancock Field observe a change of command in which the reins of responsibility and leadership will pass from Colonel Michael Smith to Colonel William McCrink. Officiating today's ceremony is Major General Raymond Shields, Adjutant General of the State of New York. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the entrance of the official party. Wing, attention. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. Wing, present arms. Order, arms. Ladies and gentlemen, Chaplain Major Matt Hallenbach will now deliver the invocation.
Let us pray. Almighty God, we pray this morning for the men and women of the 174th Attack Wing in Hancock Field. Encourage as they give of themselves to serve our nation and guarantee our freedom. Grant them safety in every peril as you bless them with strength for their labors and wisdom equal to every task. As we change command of this wing, we especially lift up these two commanders, Colonel Michael Smith, Colonel William McCrink. We thank you for the legacy and example given to us by Colonel Smith. Thank you for his leadership and untiring work and service to our nation and these airmen. We thank you for the loving support of his family that supported and sacrificed so that he might be the commander we needed. Be with him and his family as he begins the next adventure you have for him and as he faces new opportunities and new challenges. And be with Colonel McCrink as he assumes command of this great organization. Bless him with all strength and wisdom that he will need as he leads these men and women to accomplish their great work. Watch over him in this new command and bless his family as they support him and allow him to serve in this demanding role. Let them know how much we and our nation appreciate the sacrifice they make so he may lead. Grant him and our airmen success in every endeavor so that our mission might be accomplished and every member of the team might know their great value to the Air Force and our nation. In your holy name I pray. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Hallenbach. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the Adjutant General of the State of New York, Major General Raymond Shields.
Well, good morning, everyone. And this is quite a different way to conduct a change of command here. But it is going to be different today at the 174th Attack Wing as we do this. And so Ann and Kelly, thanks so much, and your families for coming out today. Normally there'd be hundreds of airmen attending an event such as this. It's quite limited, as you can see. We're pleased today to be joined by Major General Tim Labarge. He's the commander of the New York Air National Guard. And as all of you know, the New York Air National Guard is the largest Air National Guard in the country, with just under 6,000 airmen assigned. And so a huge organization. And Brigadier General Andoni, he's the director of the Joint Staff. He works with us on a day-to-day basis, and currently he's running our operations in response to the COVID outbreak that we have throughout the state. And then, of course, we have our Command Chief, Maureen Dooley. She is the Command Chief for the New York Air National Guard. And so we want to welcome all the other wing leaders, the few of you that are here, and to include the Vice Commander, Chuck Hudson, and Command Chief Mike Will. I hope that everyone is healthy during this unprecedented period in our state's and our nation's life. As we conduct the change of command here today, the New York military forces, which include the New York Army and the Air National Guard, the Naval Militia and the New York Guard, along with our civilian workforce, has more than 3,600 personnel on duty statewide helping to combat the coronavirus. Today, we conduct a hybrid change of command ceremony, partially in person and also virtually, so that we can maintain the required social distancing. Shaggy, I never get used to these Air Force names, but Shaggy, Colonel Smith, to you and your family, you've done a great job since assuming command here on 2nd of April 2016, when you assumed command of the 174th. You've done a great job in maintaining the operational readiness of the wing, especially focused on combat operations of the MQ-9. And he tells me today, we have 3 of them actually flying from Syracuse here today, doing training missions. And that was new when Colonel Smith took over. We were not flying aircraft from here directly, so it's a great accomplishment. The wing has grown under your leadership and expanded into flying operations directly from Syracuse and the schoolhouse operations for MQ-9 maintainers. You've done a great job, and we thank you for your dedicated leadership. I bet when you graduated from the Air Force Academy in 1989, you never thought you would achieve the rank of colonel, or did you? No. And that you would command a wing. And so we are all lucky you rose to this level, and your time serving is not over. Shaggy's going to retire in October, and although he'll retire from the military later this year, you're starting a new chapter by continuing your service to our Air Force as a civilian leader here at the 174th. And I know you'll do a great job in your new capacity, and we all look forward to working with you well into the future. I wish you and your family the very best. To the incoming wing commander, Rhino, I never did ask you where that came from. I'm not sure. But Colonel Will McCrink and your family, welcome to your new role as the senior leader of the 174th. You have a huge responsibility. The wing has authorized more than 1,500 airmen and is conducting 24/7 operations around the world. As you and I discussed with General LaBarge when we selected you to be the commander of the 174th, other than airmen safety, we have no higher priority than the strength of our organization, the assigned strength. The 174th Attack Wing must be laser focused on building its strength while maintaining operational and combat readiness. But without airmen, we cannot do any of the missions that the Air Force requires of us. So the airmen are absolutely essential, and I know you're doing your part with two, hopefully one now, but two adding to the strength of the wing, so that's a great thing. I know you're up to the challenge and congratulate you on your new assignment. The 174th Attack Wing has a long, distinguished, and proud history. I was glad to see 2 more airplanes added out there at the front. I'm so very pleased to play a small part in today's historic change of command. I wish everyone here the best, and thank you all, every member of the New York Air National Guard, whether military or civilian, for everything you do to keep our state and nation safe. And I hope everyone stays healthy during this COVID crisis. Hopefully before too long, we won't be wearing these and we'll have some sort of vaccine or treatment for this thing, and we can get back to some sort of normal business. So with that, thank you again, and thank you for letting me participate today.
Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the 174th Attack Wing, Colonel Michael Smith.
Generals, distinguished visitors, group commanders, former commanders, digitally, family, friends, and guests, thank you for taking the time out of your schedules and welcome to the first 174th Attack Wing virtual change of command. I hope it's the last. First off, our thoughts and prayers go out to every family affected by COVID-19. This is such a challenging time, and we want you to know that we are thinking of you and are doing everything we can to help. I wish to offer a big thanks to everyone that has been engaged in the fight against the virus, our medical professionals, our first responders, the military forces, and the essential workforce. Your commitment, dedication, and sacrifice is inspiring. You have shown us how we will get through this and be stronger in the end. Major General Shields, thank you for your kind words. You've been a great leader and mentor, and it's been an honor to serve with you in New York in an outstanding leadership role. Out of time, it's impossible to thank everyone, so please don't feel disrespected if you're not mentioned. But I'm going to start with the most important, and that's my family. Nicole, thank you. You serve right along with me, and you keep me grounded. Your support, patience, and understanding are immeasurable. Anne, you're my rock. I couldn't have done this without you. Your time management skills and ability to adapt to my crazy schedule are immeasurable. Thank you. This time I'd like to take an opportunity to give you a couple of gifts. So further thanks. Major General German and Major General LaBarge, thanks for taking a chance on me for this position and your guidance and advice. To all the other New York wing commanders out there, we've been through a lot together. Thanks for your teamwork and advice. And to all former 174th commanders, thanks for your continued support of the base and setting us up for success. To Colonel Dan Tester, Chuck Hudson, John O'Connor, Marcia Cole, Mike Chan, Jim Miller, Jed Stiglich, all front office folks, you were a sounding board and kept me out of trouble. To Kim O'Connor, Barb Olney, and Andrew Watling, you managed the front office and kept it running smooth, again, despite my crazy schedule. So thank you all for everything that you've done. To Jim Oaksford and Dave Levassy, our CE and engineers. They love to hear me say, I was thinking, because that usually generated work for them. The base looks great because of them. The nice thing about command is you get to surround yourself with great people. And the guy that's been with me the entire time has been Chief Master Sergeant Mike Will. Through his leadership, he has taken our vision, put it into action, and bettered the entire force at Hancock Field. Chief, thank you for your support, advice, and unfiltered feedback. 174th Attack Wing. April 2016, I took command in a blizzard while we were fighting a war against extremists. I leave in May 2020 during a pandemic, and we're still fighting a war against extremists. That last point, I think, is a fact that the public has dismissed during this crisis, but the 174th hasn't, and is intimately familiar with the 24/7, 365 support we provide to our national security. Our vision statement tells the story: diverse missions, every airman globally engaged. At the operational level, with the 152nd Air Operations Group, providing command and control expertise to the European and African and Central Commands. At the tactical level, with the 174th Operations Group, providing MQ-9 ISR, overwatch, and kinetic support to our combatant commanders. The 174th Maintenance Group, ensuring our fleet of aircraft are combat ready. The 174th Mission Support Group, our defenders, engineers, logisticians, communications, and personnel specialists who provide security and support both at home and deployed in agile combat support roles. And to our training squadrons and detachments that continue to produce combat-ready MQ-9 crews and maintainers. 174th Airmen, we have stayed true to our vision statement. But we've also showed innovation, adapted and grown. April 2016, we were still flying our local MQ-9 sorties from Wheeler Sac Army Airfield. Maintenance and ops. It's hard to remember all the time we spent on the road. Hard to imagine now that was daily operations. But we didn't accept that as the norm, and guess what? Class C flight authorization to fly the MQ-9 at Hancock International Airport. Civil Air Patrol integration for chase aircraft. Ground-based detect and avoid, so we are integrated into the national airspace without another aircraft following us. We've ramped up Phase 1 and Phase 2 readiness exercises, participated in WESUP from Duke Field, culminating when we took off from Florida and landed the MQ-9 in New York. DOMOPS missions over the National Capital Region and Ohio. Cross-country MQ-9 flights to Michigan for live Hellfire employment at Northern Strike. Red Flag Alaska, integrating the MQ-9 into large force employment. The 152 spearheaded JACE training for USAFE, and now it's the model for the Air National Guard. They established the 9th Air Force Joint Task Force. We stood up the 491st Active Associate Squadron. Not only have we advanced the mission, but we've also upgraded the base. We got the fitness track. We got the Joint Threat Emitter coming up to range 48. New construction and infrastructure upgrades around base. All while we made it a priority to professionally develop our airmen. Those are just a few of the amazing 174th accomplishments, and it's solely due to your efforts, persistence, and innovation. Folks, we have maintained relevancy at Hancock Field Air National Guard Base, and you should be proud. If you recall from my command acceptance speech, I stated, constant war comes at a cost. The sacrifices we ask from our airmen incur stress on them and their family. We've had our losses, but I'm proud of how you handled them as wingmen. I have nothing but respect for our wellness team as they guide us through those difficult times. Please continue to remember that we are family, we're all wingmen, and continue to look out for each other. But enough about the past. Today is about the future. There's so much more room for growth at Hancock Field, and Colonel Will McCrink is the right commander to take you to the greater heights. Rhino, enjoy your time as a 174th Attack Wing Commander. You're number 14. You'll get some gray hair. Look at what it did to Squawk, Omar, even Gabby. You can't see mine because I haven't had a haircut in 2 months, but it's there. But this will be the most rewarding position you'll hold, and the airmen will carry you to success. 174th, you've upheld an outstanding legacy of innovation and excellence. I have learned so much from you. Thank you for your service, and more importantly, the outstanding service you do for our nation and this state. It's been an honor to serve as your commander.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the reading of the citation to accompany the award of Meritorious Service Medal. Attention to orders. Colonel William J. McCrink III distinguished himself in the performance of outstanding service to the United States as Commander, 174th Operations Group from 27 September 2017 to 2 May 2020. During this period, Colonel McCrink led the operations group to surpass the 40,000 and 50,000 combat hours mark, employment of the first Joint Direct Attack Munition, and the first deployment to Red Flag, Alaska. His leadership and drive were instrumental to enable the 174th Attack Wing to be the first MQ-9 unit to participate in a full 2-week Red Flag, Alaska exercise and conduct the first MQ-9 flights north of the Arctic Circle. Colonel McCrink's integration of the 491st Attack Squadron into the formal training unit enabled over 9,000 local flight hours and qualified over 150 MQ-9 air crews to join their combat squadrons. As a result of his superlative expertise, he was selected as the MQ-9 Operations Group Council Chairman and led 12 MQ-9 units across 11 states, flying 15 combat lines, operating 2 formal training units, and actively participated in aircraft testing and development. Additionally, Colonel McCrink's foresight helped establish Hancock Field as the first operational MQ-9 unit to field a ground-based detect and avoid system, enhancing safety, further integrating MQ-9s into the national airspace system, and increasing student production. Likewise, 3 joint threat emitters valued at over $4 million are actively being fielded at Range 48. The singularly distinctive accomplishments of Colonel McCrink reflect great credit upon himself, the Air National Guard, and the United States Air Force. Signed, Michael R. Smith, Colonel, Commander, 174th Attack Wing, New York Air National Guard. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the publishing of the order and the change of command ceremony. Attention to orders. Department of the Air Force, 174th Attack Wing, Hancock Field, Air National Guard Base, Special Order Number G003, effective 3 May 2020. Colonel Michael Smith relinquishes command of the 174th Attack Wing to Colonel William McCrink by order of Major General Raymond Shields, Adjutant General of the State of New York. Ladies and gentlemen, the new commander of the 174th Attack Wing, Colonel William McCrink. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel McCrink will now address you for the first time as commander of the 174th Attack Wing.
All right, good afternoon, good morning. I apologize, I wrote this too small. Thank you, General Labarge, General Andoni, group commanders, Chief Dooley, Chief Will, and the rest of the wing watching virtually. I appreciate everyone for being here and being flexible despite the COVID-19 pandemic, and with a little bit of ingenuity and our know-how, we've been able to adapt and overcome, and we still have the ceremony today. And I appreciate everybody that's participating. Let me begin by thanking my family for supporting me and my career. My wife, Kelly, and our four beautiful children, Will, Dylan, Cy, and Addie. Thank you for all the love and support. And more importantly, thank you for being here today to share in this moment. Kelly, you've been with me for more than 22 years. You willingly left your home, your family, your business, and joined me on this adventure, not knowing where it would take us. I doubt you ever thought we'd end up in New York. And despite being so far away from your family and your home, you've built a home wherever we've landed. Thank you for standing by my side, and without you, I wouldn't be standing here today. I love you, babe. General Shields, General Labarge, thank you for this opportunity to take the reins and lead the wing. I am honored and humbled, and I appreciate your trust and confidence to lead this wing. Colonel Smith, thank you for hiring me 9 years ago, and thank you for mentoring me over those 9 years. It seems that Shaggy has been dragging me along at wherever he goes, so I appreciate that, sir. I appreciate everything you've done, not only for my career, but for the wing, and I'd like to congratulate you on an awesome wing command tour. Your impacts will continue to be felt for years to come. And once again, you've looked out for me again, and you left me a great wing, so thank you. Thank you, Chaplain Hollenbach, for the invocation, and thank you to everyone involved today making this special. Senior Master Sergeant O'Connor, wherever she's hiding, and your team to figure out how to do this in this pandemic. Major Hockey and the rest of the PA team, thank you for figuring out how to broadcast this afternoon and publish it for the rest of the wing that could not be here today. I appreciate your ingenuity to make that happen. And to the airmen of the 174th Attack Wing, you are an awesome family of professionals and patriots that I am proud to be part of. You put your country and your state ahead of yourselves, and I'm honored to serve alongside of you. I'm also extremely excited and proud to be the next wing commander. 14, as you say. As Colonel Smith pointed out, the wing has a long list of accomplishments, a lot of firsts and a lot of milestones reached over the last 4 years. But what stands with me the most as I look at this wing is the resiliency of our airmen. You're no strangers to change, as we've discussed with the growing missions that we have here. But you've shown that you're always able to quickly adapt and pivot when faced with challenges, changes, hurdles, and even barriers. You've made the 174th Attack Wing a center of excellence for all National Guard MQ-9s. And now, over the last couple months, you've shown it again without missing a beat. You've adjusted from our normal day-to-day operations and pivoted into this new normal of social distancing, mask wearing, split shifts, min-manning, and the list goes on. You did this all while still maintaining your readiness, accomplishing 100% of our federal missions while activating forces to support our state during this pandemic. In one word, the 174th Attack Wing is impressive. I'm looking forward to the next few years as we continue to develop our airmen, grow our missions, and innovate for the future. I'm confident that the 174th Attack Wing will continue to be impressive. Thank you very much.
Colonel McCrink will now present flowers to his wife Kelly and his daughter Addie. Now please turn your attention to the MQ-9 Reaper for the symbolic commander name change on the wing aircraft. Colonel McCrink. Did you want your family up? Alexa, should give a photo after the review.
So I got a question. Does Shaggy, does he take over the Morgans now? He's got all the papers? Okay.
Group commanders, chiefs, please join me for the first salute of the new commander of the 174th Attack Wing. Please rise. Wing, present arms. Order, arms. Ladies and gentlemen, please stay rise for the departure of the official party and the playing of the Air Force song. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our change of command ceremony. Thank you for attending.